And welcome to Champions for Children. My name is Rudy Castrita, Superintendent of the County Office of Education. This is a program that brings those special people that go beyond and above those things that most of us sometimes don't even think about. Today we are very fortunate to have an individual that is a bright shining star in an educational field. With us today we have Lurid Zygier, has taught English and American literature for 21 years at Point Loma High School. And Larry, welcome to the show, brought by Children's Hospital for you today.
Oh, it's nice to be here.
Larry, tell me a little bit about some of the outstanding things that you do. I understand that you incorporate film into your classroom, and I think at the moment you're doing some kind of a play.
Yes, about 19 years ago, I proposed a class to the district in the literature of musical theater and film. Plus, I developed a very interesting film curriculum. I think it's very, very important that film be utilized. You know, the kids today are very visually oriented, and a lot of people think, oh, show a movie in class, you know, what good does that do? But it stimulates so much learning, and as writing and reading as well, and I think it's very, very important. And what I've done from the beginning, I start out with a film class and I work into a musical theater production in which the students develop the whole project and they write their own original libretto.
You're kidding.
And they have a music selection committee. And what's wonderful about the writing aspects of it is that we meet in the early evenings. We use one of the conference rooms at the school, and I'll have maybe 30, 35 students show up, and we will do roundtable discussions and develop themes and conflicts and characters, and we'll be doing that for several weeks. And what's wonderful about it is the kids don't see it as an assignment that they have to get in. It's something that they are so anxious to do, and this is the process of writing and the creative process, and they see the final outcome is this presentation they do, and they're very, very proud of it. I've been doing that. This will be my 19th show. It's a cast of 70 this year.
Wow.
Which is a little less than last year when I had 87. Plus there's about 30 other students that work backstage on the production in different aspects of the creative process. So it's really
Now, Larry,
exciting.
I have to stop you because I know that this is above and beyond your regular workday when you're coming back in the evenings, and you know, I think that's why you have been identified as a champion for children, because of what you do in going above and beyond. How do you generate the interest with these juniors and seniors that you have to deal with as far as the writing abilities and developing their own script and coming in after school to take part of this?
In all my classes, whether it's I teach limited English American literature, I teach advanced American literature, and I teach a regular contemporary literature and a cluster gate contemporary literature.
That's 4 preps.
Yeah, it is. I try to incorporate all aspects of the arts and humanities, and I think this is what excites students. I use a textbook, but I don't go through every single thing in the textbook. I believe that the students must incorporate all the language arts and the humanities, and I do a program with them at the Old Globe Theater. They see all the plays at the theater, they meet all the actors. They have attended the Cinema Society in San Diego several times. In fact, they were there last night at a presentation. One of the director of the film came to class to visit the class yesterday, 2 classes, and it's a wonderful exchange of ideas, and so the kids are always doing something, and I believe that the students must go beyond the classroom, and that makes it exciting for them.
Tell me a little bit about this upcoming play that you have coming, Tailor-Made, I think it's called.
Yes, it's called Tailor-Made, A Tale of High Fashion, and it is the story of 3 couples who are about to be married, and they've been childhood friends, and they go to a tailor shop to decide on a theme for their wedding, and they meet 2 tailors who are very strange, and they look at these couples and they think they're too perfectly matched. And so they want to test the couples to make sure they are really truly meant for each other. So rather than just have them select an outfit to wear and a theme, they have them live the theme, and they introduce conflicts in their lives.
That's wonderful.
And to see if they are truly meant for each other.
You've been there 19 years doing this thing and 21 years at Point Loma. What has been the biggest difference you've seen? Because to be honest with you, not all kids, not all people love to write. Not all people love to read. What is it that you think is happening with the students that have come through your classroom doors that have really made the biggest difference in their lives, from being non-participators, being non-writers? What is happening out there in our schools?
Well, there's all sorts of things. It's hard to pinpoint a single one, but I feel that it's hard to say. Some people say, do you think the kids are worse today because the reading scores are down, you know,
I don't believe that for a bit.
No, I think that there are so many different things that we're not testing for. And the kids really are getting, at least what I'm seeing, is a very, very colorful education, and an exciting one. I think it's important. I notice that students in my class, those who grow up in an environment where education and reading and literacy is encouraged at a very young age, are doing beautifully. And I think what we need to do, especially at early ages, is to have a parent, student, teacher, cooperation, working together at the really early age to get the kids hooked on education.
Kind of modeling behavior,
Absolutely.
modeling reading, and those kinds of things.
Yeah, when I was growing up, the first thing my mother did before I wasn't even in kindergarten is she took me to the library and I was one of the youngest people in Cleveland, Ohio to have a library card. And I mean, every picture books, then books with words in them, and then finally I've been hooked on reading all my life, and I am surrounded by books, and I want my kids that I teach, I do the same thing. At Open House, I encourage the parents to donate books to the classroom. Wonderful. And I have just hundreds of paperbacks, and I encourage the students to read them, and I try to find a book to match their interests, what types of stories they like. So.
You know what's intriguing to me is you mentioned you have 70 people involved in this production, but you have 30 people behind the stage, and I think that not everybody was meant to be up on stage, and yet these youngsters that you've cultivated this tremendous energy to be a part of something, and I think that's important.
Now here's the big challenge. A lot of the students take the class and don't realize that they're going to have to learn how to sing, dance, tap dance, all these things. So this is not a drama program, it's part of English.
Yes.
And this gives them an opportunity as seniors to do the one thing that I always wanted to do, and that was to be a performer in a musical, but I can't sing. I can dance, but I can't sing.
Well, Larry, I tell you, Larry Zygier, you know, you're a real credit to your profession.
Thank you.
And on behalf of Children's Hospital and the County Board of Education, we want to thank you for the wonderful things that you do and going above and beyond, because stop and think of all the kids' lives you've impacted over the last 19 years and probably 21 years since you've been teaching. But I want to personally thank you, and on behalf of Children's Hospital, we want to present you with this beautiful plaque. It's Champions for Children, Larry, and again, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for being with us today.
Being here.
And keep being a champion for children.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back with another champion for children, and stay with us. Thank you very much.